Friends, welcome back. Day 12? Shit. I always do this, I never think to check. It's day 13 in BigDenoPlays Earthborne Rangers. Get excited. We're about to try and go into the nest again at the alluvial ruins and see if we can clear off this mission. It looks like a challenging mission, but I feel confident, sort of. We've got a new weather condition for the first time, the howling winds. On arrival, search the general set for a Cerberusian cyclone and shuffle it into the path deck. We also have 3 reclaimers and we've got some other people, Ren, Kobo, and the fundamentalist is with us too. Great. I've added the Cerberusian cyclone, Cerberusian. So that is there. Bang. We have the detritus deck over here, which we've done as per last thing. And our lead ranger arrival setup we won't do yet because we have to deal our starting deck. We came close last mission, or last day. We travelled here after, we travelled 3 locations and we tried to do it in one day. I was wrong at the end of the last episode. You cannot carry over progress on this particular mission. It's not like the other ones where you mark the things, so we have to clear 3 grubs today. But I feel good. Alright, we don't need Bold or Strider. We probably, Strider's awesome. Maybe we'll keep 1 Strider so we can rush that. Do we want the Vaulting Rod? We don't need to fish. Sketchbook's got good cards, so yeah, we'll deal ourselves 4 more. Quizzy's favourite snack, seen through cycles, that's one of the things we were chasing, so that's good. Okay. What we need to see is a whip, sky whip. That'd be good. Alright. So we'll go read 36. However, at the alluvial ruins, we read 116 instead. And there it is. Ignore the invasion, search the general set for 3 reclaimer seekers. Then after setup, search a general set for reclaimer polyp and put it into play. Polyp is in play. The detritus deck is there. Lead ranger draws 1 card from the detritus deck. And we reveal a Lutrinal Holt. So these are both along the way, and then we start our day and we draw a path card, and it is Fractal Wire, which comes into play within reach. Okay, well we'll definitely spend 1 to put Quizzy's favourite snack into play with 2 little snacks on it. Have no harm at this stage. We cannot interact with the location. We'll put Sill's sketchbook into play at 1 awareness also. So we have our maximum at the moment. Then we can use an awareness plus triangles to sketch a path card and add X sketches to this book. X is equal to that card's presence. So we're going to sketch a reclaimer polyp. Spend 1, 2, 3. Yeah, see if we can successfully test. We can. Okay, we add X sketches, so we now have 5 sketches on our little sketchbook, which seems pretty good. Can use that soon. However, we just interacted with that card. So we should have probably done this in a slightly different order, so we will do it in a slightly different order. No, we won't. That's fine. I'll take the 2 fatigue like an idiot. We will traverse the fractal wire. Is that the right approach? No, we should add harm. Break the bladed coils. If you fail, suffer one injury. Well, we can't really afford to fail. So that fractal wire is a bad card for us to get. It is Flora though, interesting. We'll just do this quickly. Add 1 harm to a being within reach. There isn't any. Exhaust this feature, search the path deck and discard for a romping lutrinal and put it into thingy. There is no romping lutrinal in this deck. It's only in the detritus deck, so no lutrinals. That's it. We might actually use our focus to do a remember our ranger training. Another one of these. So we're just going to draw 1 card. Quizzy's favourite snack. We'll put that on the bottom. And we'll draw Sky Whip. Yes. Okay. So I think at this point we will attempt to traverse. I really want to keep that fractal wire because it's a Flora. I just remembered these. If you are interacting with a water feature, no. You see something from upriver. That's cool. What does this do? Coax. Yeah. Okay. Well, does this exhaust our roll to bring seen through cycles back into hand? What I would like to do is clear that fractal wire, but I do not want to at the same token, because if I do, then I may not have a Flora. Cannot interact a card if a ready card with the obstacle keyword is between you and the card. Okay, well it's actually preventing us from doing our drawing. So instead, we will have to go reverse, uno reverso. That'll have to be our one to attempt to break that. No, that'll have to be our traverse. There's no way for us to do this. All right, well, I'm just going to have to cop that and assume that I have spent all of my stuff for 0 result, because I can't interact with that to draw pictures. So we're just going to rest. We're going to end our day, call that a very, very good day. There's another sketchbook that we don't need. Draw a path card. It's Ura. Hello, Ura. She's friendly. We can ask her about stuff. We can shuffle a human into the path deck. That could be good. Calypso, maybe. Give us a hand, Calypso. This fractal wire is now going to do harm to Ura, so that is a real problem. Okay, so we have to traverse the fractal wire, or we can attempt to break it. All right, traverse first. 1, suffer a fatigue. 2, three, 4, 5. All right, so if this is a +1, we've just cleared it. It is a +1. Oh, yes. Good day to be me. Okay, so we've cleared the fractal wire. Done. We've got a glint. Done. Add 2 wind to this card. You may suffer up to 2 fatigue to add 1 fewer wind. If there are 3 or more wind. Oof, okay, seems bad. We'll just add 2 wind at this point in time. Great, now we can use our sketchbook thing. There's no other sunlight triggers. Alright, so now we'll use our sketchbook and we'll draw a pretty drawing. That's a 0, so we have, 1, 2, 3. So we're adding 3 sketches to our sketchbook, which is wonderful. And we can, what do? We can exhaust that to exhaust a path card with presence X. We can just exhaust a card. Good. That, add 1 harm to this feature. Bang. If there is an active predator, there is not. So we want to get these to come out now, and we can sky whip the shit out of them. Let's just connect with, actually we would have been better off doing this one for that, then exhausting our roll to bring that back into hand, and then using this to connect with Ura. So we'll connect with Ura. It's another sunlight. So that's good. So we get another glint. Wonderful. We have successfully connected with Ura, which is great. So we'll go clear her. And then we add 2 into this card. So we're going to draw an additional path card next round. Seems very, very challenging. Okay, so Ura has been cleared with progress. Ura! She wants us to help find Quizzy. Do we attach the helping hand, or do we soothe to fatigue? We will soothe to fatigue. Thank you, Ura. We get Eagle Eye. Ooh, we'll do Eagle Eye, I think. Let's do it. 1 cost. Reveal the top 3 cards. Scout 3 of them. The Fundamentalist. Yeah, great. We're going to put the Fundamentalist on top. And those other 2 are down the bottom. We then draw the Fundamentalist. He comes in. He's here. We're not at the Bowl of the Sun, but maybe we'll go visit him at the Bowl of the Sun. That could be fun. Next. All right, we have 1 focus left. We will do our Ranger training. Yes, 2 cards and another glint. Okay. If we can't do it today, we'll never be able to do it. Carbon Forge Trowel. Get out of here. We shall rest. So now the bad times begin. Everyone unexhausts. This shuffles. So there is now more than 4. So we flip this. We draw a card actually at the end of our turn. Throng of Life. Search the general cert. No. If there are 3 or more wind on this card, remove them. The lead Rangers draw 1 additional path card next round and flips this card. So we're drawing 2. We have a pouncing Aatrox. He fatigues us for 2. And we have the Spiderline stanchion. Good. Good. All right. Let's think very carefully about our timeline of events here. So I think first of all we will exhaust Quizzy's snack because we have 2 spirit. Okay. So what do we want to do? If there's an active predator, exhaust it. Do we have any in here? We do not. So we want to save our Sky Whip for an enemy, and we'll save our Eagle Eye for that also, for a bug. Then we also want to exhaust the Aatrox so it is no longer impacting us. So we'll use 2 sketches from our sketchbook and we will exhaust this predator. So the reason we do that now is that he won't attack the Fundamentalist. The presence of all other beings in the same area of the Fundamentalist by 1. So that actually means we only have to spend 1 sketch. That's good. That's good. Okay, so that one we're not concerned about. This one we want to happen. This one doesn't matter at the moment. So yeah, we just want to, oh yeah, remove one progress from each card on a sun. That is awesome. Lightning, ready one predator or prey. That's annoying. Okay. Well, do we brace ourselves? Okay. We're going to do a... This is tricky. I think we'll connect with the fundamentalist. See if we can clear him. All right, the good one that we wanted but also didn't want has happened, so that's good. There's nothing in there. Okay. So we've given 2 progress to the fundamentalist. He is friendly. So now a lightning strike happens and we ready one predator or prey. So we ready that predator. Then we move down to here. We add 1 harm to this feature. So that Reclaimer Polyp is discarded and 2 little grubs appear. They are both prey. So we have lots of little grubs in play now, which we don't like. But we do like it because that's what we need to clear our mission. Then we go down here. If there is an active predator, discard it. So we'll discard that. And we'll add 1 harm to this Reclaimer grub because he has 1 presence from the fundamentalist. Great. And that's it. There is now no longer an active predator. The grubs are eating them up. Okay, let's Sky Whip. So we'll bring the trowel into play soon. We'll Sky Whip. We'll discard this Eagle Eye. We'll spend 3, 1, 2, 3 for a Sky Whip. And we'll keep Throng of Life in hand. So this is a 4 attack, so we're going to hit that Reclaimer grub. It's a 0, which is excellent. So that does 4 damage. Add harm to a being equal to your effort. So the Reclaimer grub is gone. That's 1 down. These go away. We'll exhaust Prodigy of the Floating Tower to bring Sky Whip back into hand. We will suffer fatigue because we interacted with... No, we don't, because the fundamentalist is in play. Awesome. So that, ready 1 predator or prey, none. If there is an active predator, there is not. So we're fine. Okay. 1 down, 2 to go. So, choose a being in play and shuffle it into the path deck, then search the path deck and discard for a being and put it into play. Okay. So we're in good shape. Do I bring the trowel in, or do we just hold? Let's remember our Ranger training. So we successfully draw 1 card. We won't use Versatile. We will instead get another Sparrowhawk. Mountains, not interacting with the water feature. Exhaust this feature. Can't do anything with that. He does not have 1 or more harm. If you suffer fatigue during this test, I do not. Cool. All right, we will rest, which will flip this card back to Howling Winds. We will draw a card. It's a Vaulting Rod. This will unexhaust. This will unexhaust. This will unexhaust. This will unexhaust. We will draw 1 path card, and it is Agitated Meadowlarks. Okay. I think we bring the hawk into play now because she can attack the grubs as well. We will then do another sky whip for 1, 2. Yep. On the reclaimer grub. So it's 2 damage to the reclaimer grub, 1, 2. We would be fatigued, but the fundamentalist is in play. So we now do sunshine. Add 2 wind to the card, 1, 2. Nothing here. Add 1 growth. Okay, so we don't like that. That's discarded. We will exhaust our roll to bring Sky Whip back into hand. We only have 2 glints left. One of those must be seen through cycles. So the Sparrowhawk will exhaust and put 1 damage there. We can actually interact with the Spiderline stanchion. Exhaust a path card with presence X for the sketchbook. That sketchbook's actually really good. Okay, I think what we want to do is move our presence to here. So we're just going to spend our 2 spirit on that. It's another glint, which is awesome. Nothing there, nothing there. There is not an active predator. There is not an active predator. And we get 3. So we get to move our token next to the agitated meadowlarks. So we are here. Do we bring in the trowel? So I think what I'm actually going to do is exhaust the sketchbook to exhaust a path card with presence X. We're going to exhaust this Lutrinal Holt. And then we're going to spend our fitness, 1, 2, 3, plus that, to attempt to traverse the location. So we successfully traverse the location. We put 5 on there. And our fatigue that we take from that is none because he's friendly, none because of the fundamentalist, none because of the fundamentalist, none because that's exhausted. We will rest. There is not 4 on that. We draw a path card. We draw a fresh Sitka carcass. That is along the way. It's not ideal. We will search the path deck for the next predator and put it into play with that. So that's bad, but we can leave at any time. I have a interesting question. I'm sure I'm correct, but I've got a Sparrowhawk. I've got a Sparrowhawk. I can exhaust the Sparrowhawk to do 1 damage. I can then discard it at any time and spend 2 awareness to bring her back into play and then exhaust her again. I'll just double check the rules because I think I'm right, but let's find out. Yep, I am correct. So I think I'm going to do that. Exhaust, play, exhaust. Clears the reclaimer grub without any risk associated with it. She remains exhausted. That's discarded. So, cost me 2 to play her again. I think we then play Seen Through Cycles at a cost of 1 glint and 2 spirit. And that will allow us to shuffle the... Do we clear the fundamentalist now? Hmm. Well, choose a being in play and shuffle it into the path deck. Then search path and discard. Has to be a being. I think we'll keep the fundamentalist and we'll clear the meadowlarks. We'll bring another grub out. Search, shuffle it into the path deck. That costs us 2 spirit. We will exhaust the Lutrinal Halt. No, we will spend 1. Actually, we can exhaust that and spend nothing to exhaust the Reclaimer Grub. It fatigues us for nothing because its presence 0. We'll bring a card back into hand. It will be Seen Through Cycles. I think we will bring the Carbon Forged Trowel in to replace the sketchbook, which is a shame because the sketchbook is very cool. But that'll just help us with the grub next turn. And that's it, we're going to rest. There's no cards played that turn that trigger tests. One more little grubbo to succeed. Unexhaust, unexhaust, unexhaust. Draw a card. We don't flip that. As long as this isn't a bad one. Oh, it's a Reclaimer Seeker. Okay. So we need to think very carefully here. How we approach this. I think the best option is just to sky whip with everything we've got. But before we sky whip, we will actually use our Sparrowhawk to do 1 damage. So we're coming in with 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Costs us a glint. 4 will get it done. We have a Throng of Life in hand if we need. We don't need. In fact, we get a glint back. It's all wonderful. So, nothing happens there. These both go away. This is destroyed. Defeated, I should say. Nothing happens here. Nothing happens here. If you have 2 or more fatigue, I do not. If there is an active predator, I do. Exhaust it and suffer 1 damage because he reduces the presence of that Reclaimer Seeker. We'll tap Shape the Earth back into hand. And we get to now read the mission. Good work, team. Killing 3 grubs. What are we at? 117. You run from the nest, half expecting to hear the skitter rustle of reclaimers following your tracks. As you flee, you are unable to rid your mind of the indelible images, polyps growing from the secretions left by the reclaimers. A safe distance away, you review your findings. The reclaimers seem to consume anything artificial, while the Estian ruins were severely damaged. No biological material seems to be affected by the corrosive secretions of the grubs. You're starting to suspect they might be some sort of recycler organism given over to their single-minded purpose. From what you've observed, the reclaimers reproduce asexually. The seekers find a suitable surface and secrete mucus that conjures polyps. These polyps mature quickly into grubs, which then grow into seekers. Left to their own devices, the reclaimers could easily overrun the valley. A single reclaimer can spawn an entire population on its own. You realise in horror how important the Estian ruins are to the valley. If the reclaimers fulfill their purpose, no village in the valley will be safe, for each has repurposed what the Estians left behind to build homes, village centres, workshops, energy collectors, water systems. The list is endless. And Spire, the centre of civilization in the valley, would suffer the most, as it is built entirely upon the arcology ruin. At best, they might devour Spire and the ruins beneath. At worst, a sobering image of the entire valley collapsing into the yawning darkness of a kilometre-wide sinkhole seeps into your mind. Whatever happens, you need to speak to the elders and your fellow rangers. You gather yourself by taking several slow, measured breaths. Your heart rate steadies and your mind clears. There is time yet to prevent disaster. Then you notice a familiar presence at the edge of your perception. Spirit speaker Nal reaching out to you from across the valley. You connect as if sharing one mind. You suddenly see images of high grass waving in the wind, flocks of ironwool sheep, and a cleared space around the stump of a dolewood. You recognise it as the village of Meadow, and you understand that Nal wants you to go there as soon as you can. Then Nal's presence fades, and you're alone once again. As you prepare to leave, you notice there's suddenly a hefty amount of reclaimer mucus clinging to you and to your gear. You decide to siphon some into a sample container. Who knows? It may prove useful. Gain the Reclaimer Mucus reward card. Cool. What is Reclaimer Mucus colour, I wonder? Surely it'll be one that we can use. Gauze Blade, what is that? I want one. Quiet. Sick. Reclaimer Mucus, another green, that's good. Ooh. Good icons and good ability. Complete the Into the Nest and gain the Journey Meadow location. Each ranger sues 2 fatigue. Ben Armon is not in play. I'll meet you in Meadow, spirits willing. Good, we can travel, there's no obstacles, so we are good to go. We don't want to worry about clearing the Fundamentalist. He is fine. Great mission, great work. Everyone's good. We rest. Do we go to the Bowl of the Sun? Or do we just trundle back to Meadow? Yeah, we'll get out of here at the moment. There's a little bit too much happening right now, so we'll travel away up to the archaeological outpost and we'll head to Meadow. Wow, that was awesome. Find the nest and complete the nest. Good, all right. I'm gonna have to pull apart this detritus deck, so I'll do that now. And I'll set up for our visit to the archaeological outpost. Okay. So, have a look here. We are travelling from the alluvial ruins to the archaeological outpost. It is a mountain path, so we have mountains. This says one of the 3 cards added from the valley set must be the archaeology sinkhole. Here is the valley set. There's 1. We will add 2 more. And we have to shuffle the the cyclone. I'm just going to start calling it the cyclone. So to end our round, we did not draw a card from our ranger deck, so we will draw a card from our ranger deck. We are bold. Lead ranger, search the path deck for the next feature and put it into play. Old bloody clicker is not the feature. A shale scree. Great. Old bloody clicker, you reckon? Done. So, we'll flip this. We know the archaeological outpost is where Solaro Marco hangs out. We'll draw a path card. It's the cyclone. Oh, good. So it's a feature, and this is an obstacle. Okay. Not good starts. We will Sky Whip, or do we bring another one into hand? I think we've only got Sky Whip. Yep, we'll bring Sky Whip into hand. If there's no strength on this feature, discard it. Move your card. Move your card in the same area as this feature. If you move it within reach of a ranger, it fatigues that ranger. So it's just flinging cards around. That is quite cool, actually. Well, we need to scramble up the shifting slope of the shale scree. That is the first and most important task. And we will use this bold and seen through cycles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a 0, which means we successfully traverse the shale scree. Add 3 for every 2 effort. We don't need to. We don't need to use that. That's okay. We used it. It's fine. We did not fail, so that's discarded. Sunlight, we add 2 wind, so we're going to draw 2 path cards this turn. Sparrowhawk's there. Travel, travel, travel. We cannot. Yeah, we'll traverse the archaeological outpost. We get a 0. So we add 2 progress to that feature. We will move this feature. If you move it to an area with no other cards, add 1 strength to it. We did not. I think we will study. Remember our ranger training. Sunlight doesn't impact us. Touch of the Verdessa. We'll take that into hand. We'll rest. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we suffered 2 fatigue. 1, 2. And then we'll use Quizzy's favourite snack to bring those 2 back into hand. And then we'll discard Quizzy's favourite snack. Okay. Now we'll draw a path card. Strider. And we're going to draw 2 path cards because of this. And we flip this. Path card number 1 is a circling iris, and path card number 2 is agitated meadowlarks. Okay. We definitely want to do we want to scare this off? Or do we just sky whip it? Or do we just not worry? Do we just evade the Cerebrusian cyclone? I think we will do that actually. Let's check in here. Yeah, we'll exhaust our roll to bring seen through cycles back into hand. We will attempt to evade the Cerebrusian cyclone. Cerberusian. The cyclone. We'll use Sky Whip number 1. We use Shape the Earth number 1, which gives us a total of 5 efforts. We'll use that for 6 effort. 7 effort. A glint. Ready 1 predator or prey. We don't have anything. This being is not within reach. This one is cleared, so that is fine. So we're okay now. This is going to refresh. We've got our trowel. Do we hit something? Strike your gardening tool. Yeah, we'll strike with our gardening tool at the iris. I'll shuffle this. Circling iris. Oh, it's a -1. Remove 1 progress from each path card. There isn't any. So we only do 2 damage to that chump. If this being is along the way, move it within reach, it fatigues you. 1, 2. Our sparrowhawk is going to bite it and clear it. We will connect with this meadowlarks maybe? No. We'll just rest. This flips again. It's a pouncing Aatrox. She will, we should have connected with the meadowlarks and listened. I'm doing it. We successfully listened. So then we can exhaust this guy so he doesn't do that. We draw a card. Done. This one exhausts. Yeah, so all we need to do is get 2 progress on the archaeological outpost. Oh, actually that one was discarded progress from each card. So that's exhausted. We'll just kill the meadowlarks with the bird. When I say kill, I mean drive them away because we don't fight anyone in this mission. We'll traverse the archaeological outpost with Strider. We succeed and there is nothing preventing us from leaving. So I think we will do that. Over to the Concordant Ziggurats. Draw a card. Gain that back. And we will leave and head to the Concordant Ziggurats. Let's set that up. So we're using the yellow set. Very good. We still have a Cerberusian Cyclone. Oh, bloody clicker's not great. And quiet. And the Arcology Sinkhole. We could have had all 3 of the Mega Predators. That would have been very bad. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And this one. And we're off to the Concordant Ziggurats. Have we been there? Let's see. Pretty sure we have. There it is. Let's read the Concordant Ziggurat story. As the plains of Meadow rise up to meet the cliffs on the western edge of the valley, you reach the first of the Concordant Ziggurats. You can feel the resonant thrum. The Ziggurats, whatever they are, yet still live. Lead Ranger, search the path deck for the next obstacle and put it into play. Quiet, great. Well, that was a bad start. A Ranger cache. No, that's not an obstacle. That's a funnel. Harvester, anthill. Alright. And we draw a path card, and it is a morning route. Well, we can slice it up and alright. How do we go about this? That's a flora card. We will exhaust our roll to bring Touch of the Verdesian back into hand. We can head straight to the Ziggurat because this is currently no pressure. We just need to avoid the Ziggurats. However, this is an obstacle, so we cannot interact with that. So let's bring the Vaulting Rod into play at a cost of 1 fitness. And then we will exhaust the Vaulting Rod immediately to exhaust this obstacle. And then we will interact with the obstacle, spending these 2 and these 3 to immediately successfully avoid the location. So we move our ranger token there. We can travel at any time. What do we want to do? Yeah, no, we'll just leave the ziggurats. It's a nervous time. And if we go over here, you can see we're going to make it to meadow. And we're going to leave our day there because we've only got 4 cards left in hand. And leaving the day will let us incorporate Cordo's Instinct and our Reclaimer Mucus that we can add to our path deck. So we'll do that and we'll end the day and we'll have a wonderful session ready and rolling in the next episode. I'm excited. I'll tell you, I didn't do a lot of research into deck building before this game, right? But I've played Arkham Horror a fair bit, played a lot of Marvel Champions, and so I feel pretty confident that I have a fair idea how to build a good deck. And as soon as I saw that you could play a Magician, I was like, yes, I would like to play the Magician, thanks. So I built the deck around being a cool wizard guy. And although early on it was pretty difficult because I didn't really know how to use my magic very well, not really magic, whatever it is, I think we've managed to get a good handle on how to use glints and when to time them, when to use them, what to use them for. There's only been a few late game ones where it's been punishing and we haven't actually gotten the benefit. So we're going to start our next day completing the journey to meadow. If we have a look here, we've just finished day 13, lucky 13. We've completed into the nest. We're still on invasion day 1, which is 5 to 6 days. When did we get that? Invasion stage 1, 8. So day 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be our last day. I wonder if I've written something down wrong. We'll find out. All right, enjoy. I'll catch you on the next episode. Big Channel.